Coming up this week, Christmas time, we're giving away one of these, aren't we? But first, have a bit of this.
So I know a lot of people might be on Star Wars blackout, but I think these are legitimate ways to get yourself ready for The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Kind of cluing yourself up without spoiling it too much. This is just good prep work for
prep.
any self-respecting Star Wars fan.
Bit of homework for you.
First up, we
Yeah.
talked about it on the show previously, Star Wars Shattered Empire, which
Yes.
is a kind of mini-series by Greg Rucka and Marco Cicchetto. I think I've pronounced his name correctly.
Probably not.
It's 4 issues. It's coming out in graphic novel form, trade paperback,
Yeah.
in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
And it is filling in the gaps a little bit between Jedi and The Force Awakens.
Right.
Takes place pretty much straight after Jedi.
Yeah.
But you introduce their important characters. You meet Poe Dameron's mum and dad.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good way of cluing yourself up on the state of the Empire following Jedi.
Yeah, definitely, and it's definitely one of the better comics. And it's also one of the ones you really need to stick with as well, because I think we sort of disagreed on the first issue.
did.
I actually thought it was a bit rubbish, but it does get better.
Much like this list. Next up,
Rebels. Now, Rebels is actually one of my favorite TV shows. It's so good. And for me, the reason that we put on this list is, even though like characters might not like, you know, link in with The Force Awakens, like I think thematically, just that sense of amazing adventure that you remember from the original like movies, it's managed to capture it like almost perfectly.
Yeah, I went to see Star Wars Celebration a few years ago in Europe, and it was just after the Disney buyout of Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
And on stage, they had Kathleen Kennedy talking about the film. J.J. Abrams had just been announced.
Yeah.
And she was talking about the things we talked about many times on the show, how it's going to return to filming in real-world locations,
Yeah.
practical effects. But at that celebration, they also talked about Rebels,
Right.
and how they were going to go back to the artwork of Ralph McQuarrie.
Yeah.
They were developing digital brushes that
Yeah.
replicated the brushes he used.
Really?
There's kind of like authenticity to like
Yeah.
going, what was it about Star Wars that people loved?
Yeah.
How can we tap into that nostalgia again and reproduce kind of just those effects, the look
Yeah.
and feel? And I feel like Rebels does that better than probably almost anything else.
Definitely, yeah. I think that's really, really good. We've got a game, one of the first games, not Battlefront, Star Wars Uprising, which is kind of like a mobile game. I have to admit, like, when I first saw it, I just thought, oh, I wonder what this is. But the people making it are just amazing. Like, they've managed to craft this world in mobile form. It's just really, really good. And because they basically listen to a lot of like what community stuff as well. Like you can vote on what weapons and things get introduced into the game. I really like that idea. But also, this is really cool storyline going on where it's like, it really makes you question like things like propaganda and things like that, because like the general who's in charge of things is basically saying that all the stuff that we know happened didn't happen. So like the fall of the Empire didn't happen and things like that.
Yeah.
So you have all these
He's
people.
got like a captive
That's right, yeah.
Who are like kind of divorced from the rest of the universe.
Yeah, and it's really strange. Like there's really funny bits, like so almost like dramatic like irony bits where someone will say something that you know just isn't true, and it's kind of like poking fun at the fact that they are being forced to be a little bit stupid.
I've seen this on Twitter. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
But it's really, really good, and like I think, you know, a lot of people sort of criticize Battlefront for not having like, you know, a storyline campaign and things like that. If you're looking for a cool Star Wars storyline, Star Wars Uprising is it.
All right, next up is Battlefront. If you pre-ordered the game,
Yeah.
you would have access to the Battle of Jakku on the 1st of December. If
Yeah.
not, you get a week later, I think on the 8th.
Yes, that's right.
And that's going to be good.
Yeah.
So one of the first trailers we saw was the Crash Star Destroyer on
Yeah.
Jakku. You're going to be playing that. We're going to find out why that happened, what happened on Jakku all those
Yeah.
years ago. And that feels like, to me, probably the best way in.
Yeah, I
And
think
that's
that-
the most connected to the film.
Definitely.
And it's
yeah.
something they made a big fuss about, because it's a major coup for that game to have
Yeah.
that. When they announced the game back earlier in the year, they announced this Jakku DLC.
Yeah, well, also, we've only seen Jakku in, like, you know, tiny, like, in the trailers and things like that. So to actually be running around on Jakku and having a look, like, what kind, and we've already played a lot of Battlefront. There's a lot of, like, Easter eggs on Tatooine and things like that. So imagine if there's a bunch of Easter eggs on Jakku.
Yeah, I really want to play that.
Yeah, I can't wait to play that. It's going to be really, really good. And finally then, what can people read
you can read Chuck Wendig's Star Wars Aftermath. We reviewed it on the site. We gave it kind of an okay review. Yeah. But again, it's kind of like Shadow Empire and a lot of these things that we put on this list. It fills in details and brings you up to speed where a lot of the main players are in the new film. Obviously, the film will do that, and it will just assume knowledge, and some stuff won't be important. But if you want to know everything, this tells you stuff like the Empire only have one Star Destroyer left. Yeah. And those are really important details like that. So definitely. If you want to like clear yourself up for The Force Awakens, but not spoil it in any way, Aftermath's a pretty good place to start.
I think all those things are. But what are you doing to get ready for The Force Awakens? Let us know. rebelbase@ign.com. It's that time again. It's Force feedback time, and this is actually from Luan Vetteretti, and this is about last week we did something on whether or not we're actually going to get to see Kylo Ren's face. Now, as well as what I'm about to read, a couple of people did tweet me, but I forgot to print them out, and they tweeted me with pictures of, actually in one of the teasers, it looks like he's not wearing his helmet in the snowy bit with John Boyega, so maybe he is definitely going to do it. But then also, Luan says, considering the recent discussion of whether or not we'll see Kylo Ren's face in Episode 7, I believe I may have found an answer. This leaked LEGO set, Battle on Takodana, it clearly shows Kylo Ren with and without his mask, and I do believe the minifig from the command shuttle also has a removable mask. It does have a removable mask, but underneath is the helmet again.
Imagine that in the
command shuttle one.
Or helmet. Doing it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really good that you found Battle Takodana. It's a different minifig then in that than it is the command shuttle.
Yeah, and I know the recent Lego set, which is the Throne Room Battle. They've done a new minifig of Darth Vader where he has a removable helmet, and you see like his face, old man face underneath.
Wow.
So it's definitely something they do with the minifigs.
There we are. Thank you very much, Luan. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, and I don't think I am.
Oscar has written in. Two things came to mind recently. The first one being that, as far as I know, we haven't seen any familiar planets. Jakku looks like Tatooine, yeah, but we haven't seen what I think is the most important one, Coruscant. It is such an important planet. What gold planets do you think we'll see from both the prequels as well as the original trilogy?
I don't know. I like the idea that it's going around like new ones.
Yeah, I think inevitably you'll return because, maybe not in this one, but imagine if they return to Hoth.
Although I kind of want to see like Mos Eisley again as well.
Yeah, I think you'll see Cloud City again.
Yeah,
because that's the last time we saw that. There'll be probably not a flashback or anything as crude as that, but I think you'll know why like the lightsaber got from there into whoever's hands it's belonging to. What other planets would you like to see? I do think they'll return to like Hoth or.
Oh, you think that, do you?
I don't think they'll go to Endor.
He thinks that. Okay. Next, then, Richard Jensen, who has a theory on Snoke. So we talked about last week whether or not he's going to be 25 foot tall.
Yeah.
Probably will be. On your most recent episode, you discussed Snoke being Darth Maul. I don't think it's him. We don't think it is either. I think we were just having a bit of fun. Well, maybe I do think. I don't know what I think.
No, you've been doing this show for a year. I've basically thought every possibility.
Yeah. I do, however, think it's Darth Plagueis, the Wise. Here is why. In Episode 3, which is canon, during the opera scene with Palpatine and Anakin, he discusses his master Plagueis the Wise, who learned and taught him how to cheat death. Palpatine says he was killed, but in novels, which I know are not canon, Plagueis is one of the most powerful Sith Lords in the Star Wars universe. What if he's the Force that is awakening after being in hiding? If you Google pics of Plagueis, this is what you get. Pictures of Plagueis. In the pic of the toy, he is carrying a staff. Looks a lot like the staff Rey has in all of the trailers, posters, and promotional material. I think the 25-foot theory may only be because he isn't whole, and it's a floating spiritual being because he needs his staff to become whole. Anyway, that's just what I've been hearing. New fan of your show. You guys are cool. That's a cool theory, man.
I think Plagueis has come up once or twice in the past year as well, though.
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool idea, even though this trilogy is going forward with new characters, to like tap down or like drill down to like the bigger evil, the guy who's been pretty much behind everything.
Yeah,
because he's the guy who instructed the Emperor. I think that's really cool.
You've got another leader, Snoke theory.
Yeah, some more Snoke from Dan Brophy. I want to share a theory about the look of Snoke in The Force Awakens. In your last episode, you discussed Andy Serkis' quote and he suggested that the character be very tall. I considered that maybe this could be because we don't actually see him in the flesh, but in some other form. He could possibly appear in holographic form, much like the Emperor did in A New Hope. This would explain the 30-foot podium.
How would it?
He would be projected in such a massive size so all the stormtroopers gathering could see it. So it was more like a rock concert.
That's a really good point.
I like that. You started off, how? Actually, that's a really good point when you let me finish it.
I'm a big man. I'll change my mind.
No, but it's...
On a whim.
So it could be like party in the park.
Maybe that's what it is.
Like
That's why
party in
he's
the
up
park.
there, and that's why he said like speakers, because he's being projected.
And they're all just at a big festival.
That could be right.
Yeah, and he also said he also really likes the theory that Snoke is in fact Darth Plagueis.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan.
What a great thing. This is from your neck of the woods, Preston.
Yeah.
Is that where you grew up?
Oh,
It's close though, isn't it?
yeah.
Up north.
It's very close.
Hey guys, this is from Tom Dodgson. Hey guys, I've got a theory that you might like. The scene where Rey seems to be crying over a body. What if it's Luke's and she's crying because he knows everything about her past, who she is and her family, and Kylo Ren maybe has taken away only source for finding out who she is and where she came from? I don't think it's Luke. I think it's Chewie.
Yeah.
What?
Spoiler alert?
Well,
Do you know about this?
I don't know about this, so don't spoil it for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Glad you said that then, because I'd have gone mental.
Do you want to know?
No, I do not want to know.
It's something the Guardian reported on the
Oh
other day.
yeah, no, I don't want to know that because I purposely didn't look at it.
Okay, moving on. Sean O'Reilly. What if all the hints given to us through the trailers about Rey being Han's daughter is all just genius misdirection? That's what we think as well.
Yeah.
And she has no familial connection with Han at all. It seems almost certain that Rey is indeed the daughter of the smuggler based on what we've seen. But Abrams has had a history of major misdirection, like the lengths he went to hide the fact that Benedict Cumberbatch was playing Khan in Star Trek Into Darkness. While I do like the idea that Rey is a Solo, I would find it hilarious if it was all just a big ruse. So actually, it's something you've been commenting on this week, and Damon Lindelof. They've said in retrospection, the whole Khan thing was a massive mistake on their behalf.
Oh, they both said that,
Yeah,
Good.
Lindelof said it, and I think Abrams actually said it earlier.
Yeah.
It's just like, like looking back, we shouldn't have done that. We should have just been up front, and it just became too like.
It became the thing.
It became the thing in the movie
Yeah.
as well. Lindelof made the point that with this film, he's just not saying anything.
Yeah.
He's not trying to actively hide anything, just not saying anything.
Yeah, no, that's good. Excellent. Well, that was Force Feedback this week. If you've got anything that you want us to say, not anything, like about Star Wars, then let us know, rebelbase@ign.com.
All right, competition time. Gavin, how can you win this Star Wars Battlefront PS4?
By being a US citizen.
Being based in the US.
By being based in the US.
Secondly?
By going to this URL that hopefully we'll put up this week. Right here. Why is it only for US? What's the deal with that? I can't win it.
No, but you've already got one, so stop moaning.
Well, we're wearing loads of Christmas stuff. We've got Christmas background. Christmas coming early. Krupa, if you're a Star Wars fan, Christmas is going to be pretty good. There's going to be a new film, but there's also other cool stuff as well, like
There's these jumpers.
Christmas jumpers.
Yeah, there's 4 designs. I've got the very puntacular Merry Sithmas.
I don't like that.
And yours is a bit... I was going to use
stuff on it.
use the word subtle. It's
really
not subtle,
is
but it looks a little bit more like a Fair Isle design.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Nice.
Got
Like
symbols.
Star Wars. So these are made by Numbskull.
Empire.
And in the UK, we have something called Christmas Jumper Day, which is for a charity called Save the Children.
Yeah.
And you can wear a Christmas jumper, and I think you donate £1 to Save the Children.
December 18th.
Yeah, December 18th, so the day after when it comes out in the UK. But it's the day that it comes out in the US, so, I mean, I'm probably going to wear this on the 17th. You going to wear that? It is quite hot, though.
Yeah. How much is this? I thought
What else? What else can you do to be a Star Wars fan this Christmas, Krupa?
you can get yourself one of these.
Bit late in it, mate.
Lego advent calendar. No, because do you ever buy an advent calendar and show up in all the windows?
What, just for the chocolates?
It's for the chocolates. Don't eat these.
Is it a
This
thing?
is Lego with lots of small pieces.
Am I making it up, or advent calendar's not a thing in the US?
I don't think there is a bigger thing, and
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, they're really fun. But in this one, basically, if you've never seen one of these before, they are really cool. Last year was the first time I had one. And basically, every day you get a cool little bit of Star Wars Lego to build.
Yeah, well, this comes with 5 minifigs, I think. And you
it?
get limited edition ones. You get
Yeah.
a Santa C-3PO.
Yeah, last
which we
year.
can't show you because we're not going to be naughty and open the doors. And you also get R2-D2 with little reindeer antlers.
Oh, cool. Yeah, last year, there's a couple of really good ones. There's like Stormtroopers looking really disgruntled, but with like Christmas hats. And there was a Christmas Darth Vader as well, with a little sack full of presents, presumably. So far, what have we had?
Jabba's sand barge.
That's right. And
Little Sarlacc pit.
The Great Pit of Carcoon.
That?
That's what we've got.
But I like these because they're almost like you've gone to some dude at Lego and gone, you've got 10 pieces and you need to make that.
Like,
all right.
For anyone who like doesn't build Lego professionally, you do get like quite a lot of spares in normal Lego sets, but you get spares in these as well. Like the amount of spares that I got last year.
Because they're little tiny bits, aren't they?
Yeah, but it's really good. I really like it anyway. It's like better than chocolate as well. Although I do have a Star Wars chocolate one as well. So there we are. What else have we got? These are cool.
Yeah. These are also by Numskull, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Numskull going all in on Star Wars.
All in. So baubles, Christmas tree baubles. You can get ones in New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. These are, what have we got here? We've got New Hope, which is awesome. Then we've got the Imperial one. I've got to say, that's rubbish if you got
Why
that.
is that rubbish?
Because it's all the same.
Yeah, but there's more, like, there's loads of stormtroopers. That makes sense. That's more canon.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to have multiple C-3POs. There's only one C-3PO. That's a whole brigade. It's like that bit where Han goes to that door and there's loads of them.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have different ones on all of them.
I like the Admiral Akbar one.
Yeah, that's really good. But I guess if you had all these, you could have like one strip of stormtroopers look really, really good. Have you seen that video that some guy has put up of stormtroopers putting up his Christmas tree?
No?
It's really good. It's really funny. Maybe we'll put a little bit in there. Dale, edit in. Star Wars nativity. Make out of your old Star Wars figures, make a nativity scene. We've seen this in our local pub.
This is the pub that we go to around the corner.
Yeah.
They, behind the bar, have like got loads of old toys off eBay and just created this like Hoth Christmas scene.
Yeah, it's in the Crown and Two Chairman in London, Soho. So if you want to go down and check it out, that's also the pub that we drink in, and we'll probably be there a lot around Christmas if you want to buy us a pint.
Unbelievable. Is that why you put that one in?
Pretty much, yeah. Okay, gingerbread. That's a big thing in the US. Seattle's 23rd annual Gingerbread Village went down a couple of weeks back.
When you say it went down.
Yeah. No, it didn't go down. It was just good. And basically, they made all 6 films, scenes from all 6 films, and transformed them into gingerbread. It's really good. People could vote on them to get like for their favorite scenes. Like the Return of the Jedi like attack scene. It's bonkers how they've done that. And then finally, make yourself some Star Wars snowflakes. Now these are, I saw these on someone called Bonnie Burton's Twitter, and Bonnie Burton did like a Star Wars craft book,
which is very good.
Really, really good. We bought it, but we've never actually made anything from it.
Yeah, we couldn't get any pipe cleaners.
Yeah, pipe cleaners are weird. Like they're in everything in the US. Yeah, I don't even know if they exist.
Where is there
an
early learning centre around here? No,
yeah, I don't know.
We can't be going in there.
But she tweeted some links to these. So this is an artist called Anthony Herrera who made these snowflakes. So we're going to cut some up now, and you can make some. I'm not being funny, but if you can't use scissors, you deserve to die.
There are no other instructions on the page on how to do the initial folding of this bit.
Don't know. Do you want to Google it? This is odd.
And they expect children to do this. I've got a bit in my eye then.
So after all that cutting,
This.
you should have.
Oh no.
Actually, this looks way better than I thought it would look. What does Kylo Ren look like? There's lots of them as well. There's Finn, Rey, Stormtroopers.
I don't know if I've cut the wrong bits.
And a BB-8. Hello. Dude, I'm not being funny. That's all right.
This is very delicate. I don't want to rip his
That's
helmet.
not that bad. Ooh.
It's hard to separate.
Do you know what? That doesn't look that bad.
That's all right.
That's pretty good, man.
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren and BB-8. And that, my friends, is how you get ready for a Star Wars Christmas.
That's not entirely crap.